This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunumu, where we speak truth to power. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta, and this is where we talk about the development of our people, our continent, our land. And remember, we don't normally like to criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only criticize to build and not to destroy. And today, looking at the news reel, oh my God, so much to talk about. I only pray for power and for the protection of the Almighty Father. More strength to be able to deliver. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in this law I see I did sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Let everybody say joy. Well, today we want to begin with something very important in the Black Pot, where we speak truth to power. And I have titled this, The Ostrich President. Ghana's Ostrich President. Now, when we talk about the ostrich, everybody knows who we are talking about, right? You know what we are talking about when we talk about the ostrich? It's very simple. Now, the ostrich is a certain kind of animal, bird-looking kind of animal, that is so heavy it cannot fly. Now, when we say somebody is playing the ostrich, it means the person is running away from being responsible. Now, we all know that when the ostrich is being chased by the hunter is so sure that it will clamp down this ostrich. What the ostrich does is that it buries its head right in the sand, thinking that as long as it's no more seeing that hunter, it is safe, or it has lost the hunter. And the hunter grabs it so quickly. That is what the president of Ghana is behaving like, the ostrich. My brother, my sister, the president of Ghana has come out to talk. And he said, listen, Ghanaians, Ghana is not the only country in the world that is suffering crisis right now. Ghana is not the only country facing economic challenges. Of course, we know, Mr. President. If we didn't know that, you would never have been president. There was a problem in the first place. That was why we voted you into power. Mahama came in, and we felt that he had performed abysmally, especially when you and your to-be vice president came out and told us that he was very incompetent, that he was so corrupt, and that you had the ace up your sleeve, which you would unleash to send us to El Dorado, better still to Canaan, the promised land. We believed you, because we saw you as somebody who was too old to lie. We believed you so much because we saw your vice president as extremely brilliant. And we were ready to see things happen in this country. Alas, Mr. President has come out to tell us that Ghana is not the only country facing economic crisis. It's an insult to us as a people. Why do you come and tell us that Ghana is not the only country that is suffering? We know. When we voted you into power, there was a problem that we envisaged that you would be able to solve. After all, you had touted all your glories and all your prowess that you'll be able to do this. And to come into power and keep reminding us that we are not the only country suffering, I feel so sick of your ostrich government. Mr. President, it will interest you to know that all countries in the world suffered from the so-called COVID-19. It looks like these days we don't hear so much about the COVID-19 because there is a Russian-Ukrainian war where all of a sudden the COVID has been buried. Now, anytime you want to give excuses, it's about the COVID. In fact, go to Togo. Petrol is selling at only 6 Ghana cedis. You come to Ghana, it's hitting 10 Ghana cedis. The Ivory Coast is our neighboring country. It is selling petrol at just 7 Ghana cedis. Burkina Faso, that used to run into this country to buy fuel, is selling petrol at less than 8 Ghana cedis. Did they not all suffer the COVID? Mr. President, when you come out and tell us that Ghana is not the only country that is suffering, I think it's an insult to us. You are looking down on our intellect, and that is so, so sad. Have you all of a sudden lost steam? I thought you said good leadership will take us away from all these hardships. Remember, before you became president, you told us that the country was in hardships because of bad leadership. Remember that you told us in plain black and white that you had the key that will lead us to the promised land. Better still, you had the rod of Moses that could divide the Red Sea into two and take us through to the promised land. Today you are playing the ostrich, telling us that we are not the only country suffering. Other countries are suffering. Your cedi is the worst performing currency in the whole of Africa. And all you can tell us, Mr. President, is that we should accept it because we are not the only people suffering. I feel sick. I feel terrible. And I have to look at you in the face and say, Mr. President, you see the liar that you have become? And every liar is a thief. Mr. President, when I look at your face, I see a man who has lost steam and has lost faith. When I look at your face, I see a man who is so treacherous, a man who is nothing but a traitor. And when I use such words on you, in fact, I have no regret because you have let me down. You have let my children down. You have let Ghanaians down. You touted yourself as the Moses of our generation. You were the savior going to take us through the Red Sea. Today you have left us in the middle of the desert and telling us not to complain. After all, we are not the only people suffering. Mr. President, it will interest you to know that according to the World Bank country director, and his name is Pierre-Franck Laporte. Pierre-Franck Laporte is an experienced economist. In fact, in his country, Seychelles, which is a smaller Ghana, he was touted as a politician with a lot of sense. He has been able to deal with the economies of several countries, including his own country, Seychelles. He has told us long before this that you should try and be honest. You should try and be truthful and tell the people that this is where the economy is, but we are working to make it happen. Hear me, Mr. President. Pierre Laporte recently told us that you are not being honest and that you are lying to the people. 80% of our GDP, gross domestic product, is borrowed. 80% of all the goods and services you see in this country are pseudo-produced in this country. In other words, they are not produced in this country. Only 20% of our GDP is actually produced right here in Ghana. Now, the GDP is just the gross domestic product. That's the total of goods and services produced in a country. And fairly, you can use it to tell whether the economy is doing well or is performing badly. Mr. President, if 80% of all the goods and services you produce in your country are from borrowed glories, borrower, then what kind of a country are you president of? Are you taking us back into slavery? Are you not ashamed, Mr. President, that at this point in time, several years after independence, how many years of independence? Did I hear 65 years of independence, Mr. President? We are still 80% in shackles and bondage and suppression. Can you think about it? Total bondage and suppression. 80% of all that you eat and have in your country is from the white man's kitchen. And you tell me that you are independent. And you tell me that everything is okay. And when we continue talking, you say, oh, we are not the only country suffering. What the heck is happening in this country? I'm so ashamed of you. In fact, when I travel outside this country, I'll be so ashamed to say that you are my president. To be honest with you. What kind of reasoning is this? What did you tell us before you came into power? Instead of apologizing to us, the arrogant you, the arrogant ostrich that we have voted into power, will not do that. Arrogance. So arrogant. In fact, you deceived us, Mr. President, and if I were you, I will resign and honorably go back into doldrums in Chebi. What are you talking about? Before you became president, you were sitting in the trotros with us, drinking Calipo. In fact, and telling us that you were the Moses of this generation. Today, we have no right to cry. When we make noise, you arrest us and lock us up and refuse to feed us in police cells. Yet, you fly all over the world like Napoleon Bonaparte. Huh? Yet, you have all the luxuries around you and your ruling class. We have still got no right to protest. When we start protesting, we are your enemies. Mr. President, Pierre Laporte says 80% of all your GDP is from borrowed glory. And you have never been able to come out and say, oh, he's lying, because you know that this is authentic. This is from the World Bank. Your bosses. Yes, your paymasters. Those you run to when you are in trouble. Mr. President, it saddens my heart to hear this. And what's Mr. President saying? That the country is not running to IMF? Did you hear Mr. President say that? That no, we are not going to IMF. IMF bailout is not on the country's agenda. And this is from the Jubilee House. Now they play politics with stupid things. Jubilee House, Flagstaff House, they only know how to play with shenanigans. Oh, Jubilee House. One other president comes, oh, it's Flagstaff House, it's Jubilee House. It's wasting time on things that do not bring us prosperity. When Mahama comes, it's going to be Flagstaff House. Nanado comes, oh, it is Jubilee House. What are you doing to the people? The way you change the name of one place over and over, I wish you could turn that into production. Yes, change production from 1 to 2, from 2 to 10, from 10 to 20, 30, 40, and we will keep prospering. But you waste time on unnecessary things, and it hurts me. You are not going to IMF. Your cousin, who is the pseudo prime minister, is telling us that if we don't accept e-levy, you are going to IMF. So what are you guys saying? You are only good at borrowing. 220 billion American dollars you have borrowed so far. All you are good at is borrowing. We remember before you came into power how you told us that it's weak-minded, poorly constructed minds that run to the IMF to borrow, that this country is not a poor country. Did you take us for fool? Have you deceived us? Have you swindled us? Or have you hoodwinked us? What have you done to us, Mr. President? I feel so sad to be addressing you, Mr. President. At this point, I was only thinking that it would have been a better thing. In fact, to be able to deal with this economy. But at the end of the day, what are we seeing? Mr. President, you have turned all of us into fools. You have turned all of us into non-entities, and you only do what you please. Mr. President, it is also very interesting that this morning I just saw that you have said some other thing, and that you need everybody on board. We should all come together and work together to see the economy work better. And this is contained in a report by City Newsroom. And it says we have to work together to address current economic challenge. You and who are going to work together? You and who? You and who? Oh, Mr. President, what are you talking about? When you are flying in the air, do you fly with us? When you are eating your lasagna and drinking your wine and flying with prostitutes all over, do you fly with us? Did you not tell us that you are the man? When you asked Bawumia to come and tell us all over that you had Alan Cash, you had Osafo Mafu. Oh, what a team. Now you did who? 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 After you have looked down on us, disrespected our views arrogantly, you only listen to your prophets and reverends. You don't listen to us. Today you are coming to say what? That you need who? Who? Who are those you want to work together? Your team has failed, including you. It's time for you to kindly pack up and go. At this stage, we don't really care what you do to us and what you can do to us. You have failed the country. You have failed the electorate. And you see, the thing about Blakk Rasta is this. I have never belonged to any political party. When you were in opposition, you were applauding me. Oh, Blakk Rasta is speaking the truth. Because those who came before you, they took the same fire. So by now, you should know that we are only talking Ghana and Africa. We have no time for politics, cheap, childish politics, like what Addo'S is doing. Running after little things when the whole country is sinking. Mr. President, nobody is going to be part of your failure. I told Kwame Sefa and the rest. Remember, you have joined a sinking ship. I will not see a sinking Titanic and jump into it just because it's a ferry trip. No. Let them sink. Those who were first to draw blood should sink. And you are one of those who drew blood. Mr. President, on this note, I want to leave it like this. On this note, I want to say that you are an ostrich president. You have let the people down. And I'm so angry with you this morning, as I've always been, because I feel hurt when I trust a man and he comes back playing the ostrich, refusing to take responsibility. In other words, it's irresponsible. I get angry and I throw my words out and they go forever. They are never coming back. Mr. President, when you became president, remember how you were talking about Ghana beyond aid and we all liked it. Today, you are there talking another language. I don't know if it's Chinese you are speaking or gibberish. Whatever it is, to God be the glory. Let me just remind you of something. Cut down on unnecessary expenditure. Number two, Mr. President, after cutting down on expenditure, our country will become better. And stop leading the youth into thinking that politics is the all and the all and the all. All politicians are rich. We were with them before they became politicians. They get into power and all of a sudden it looks like there's a magic wand. They wave it and everybody's throwing money all over the place. You are setting a bad example. The legacy is terrible. When the British came here, they raped our mothers. They raped and sodomized our brothers. In fact, they made us see that corruption was so sweet. After all, they came in, we accepted them, and they turned around, stole from us, and told us that they were from God, and that God looked exactly like them. Or better still, they looked exactly like God. So if I want to look like God, I have to steal and rape like the British did, like the so-called colonial master did. That's what, Mr. President, you are teaching the youth. All your appointees are into some kind of shenanigans, some political gymnastics. And that is not good for any one of us. Cut down the corruption and we all will be okay. This is the Black Fort, aka Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. Now the next thing I want to look at very, very briefly is what I have titled 30% Ostrich, 500% propaganda. Hallelujah. My brother, what is austeriosis? It comes from the word austere, austerity. Now, when we are talking about austerity, we're talking about cutting down on expenditure, right? We are talking about how we'll be able to pull down on expenditure and still be able to manage a certain condition. Now, the pseudo prime minister of the Republic of Ghana, his name is Gabi Ochridakun. The flamboyant Gabi Ochridakun. He's like a superstar model. My brother, my sister, with gray all over him, you might mistake him for Denzel Washington. You might even mistake him for, one of those bourgeoisie American guys. But that is the guy. He's a lawyer by profession. When the president is going to court, he knows which brilliant lawyers to go and look for. But when there is money to pay people, he pays his own cousin, and that's Gabi Ochridaku. My brother, my sister, to take the money. And remember Ejapa? He was the one who took the money, about $1 million American dollars or so. Pocketed it in the name of his legal company and so on and so forth. Now Gabi Ochridaku just came out to say that 30% of government expenditure has been hacked down. In other words, the government has reduced expenditure by 30%. And the propagandists are saying nothing. Now, when you read it from My Joy Online, it says presidency has cut down its expenditure by 30%. Government must up its PR game. What is PR game? Abronye, Alote Jacob with the gutter mouths. They are those we are talking about. They spend money on them to talk, not to think. So they have no brains. These are the guys this guy is talking about. The people they pay to talk rather than to think. No common sense. It hurts me where Ghana is going, brethren. In fact, when we used to march in school, God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill us with true humility, make us cherish fearless honesty. My brother, my sister, fearless and cherish honesty. Ghana is our all. All that we have is Ghana. See, Ukraine. Ukrainians are coming from holes. Some are coming from under the ocean to defend their country against a superpower like Russia. If this happened in Ghana, the president would be in America. Gabi Ochridaku would be in England. All the Bawumias and Samiras and all those people, none of them will stay in Ghana. Yes, patriotism has been sold out to the dogs with the gutter mouths like Abronye, Alote Jacobs, and all those other idiots. My brother, when they are talking, they don't talk Ghana. They are talking their stomach. When they are talking, they don't talk from their brain. They talk from their anuses. My brother, my sister, and that is sad. Listen to what Gabi is saying. 30% government austerity measures. And the PR game is off. What is he saying? Those guys we are paying to talk about government issues. What are you doing? You are sleeping? Can't you see? Hey, do we need to see before we feel it? Hallelujah. It's like saying, we have fed you. You are satisfied. Can't you see? See what? If I am satisfied, you will see me belching. You will see me sweating. And then I'm me. I mean, me. Uncle, me. And you are telling me to feel what I can't feel. That is crazy. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. The more we pay people to talk and not to think, the faster, geometrically, this country is going to sink. In my days, we were taught to be patriotic. Anytime we saw the flag of Ghana being hoisted high in the clouds and it was being waved and pendulumed from north, south, east, and west, thrown around in the wind, we saluted it with honesty, whilst our hearts beamed with so much love. Today, you can even play the national anthem, and it sounds like Sanchi. You know what Sanchi is? A dirge. It sounds like a dirge. Somebody has died. No wonder these days, anytime they play the national anthem, somebody might have died. Some minister of state has died, so they are playing the national anthem. Some corrupt idiot has died, so they are playing the national anthem. In my days, whenever the national anthem played, the nation had to rise to the occasion. Did you hear that? Whenever the national anthem was played, In fact, the nation would have to rise to the occasion. These days, no. There are idiots in power all over Africa. People who don't have Africa at heart. All they are thinking about is how much money they can steal, so that when their government is out of power, they would be able to go out there and blow that money. Hey, pseudo prime minister of this country, Mr. Gabi Ochidaku, I met you before. We spoke before a long time ago. You might remember, you might not remember. After all, you politicians don't remember anybody. I don't care if you don't remember me. But I tell you one thing, with all respect, a time will come when you will not be in power. If we have a wiser leader who comes, all you guys will be vetted. So we can find out which one was used as a data bank to carry all the data of our resources into their banks and mess us up. Millions are dying from common cold and malaria. Millions are dying from hunger more than coronavirus. That does not ring a bell in your medulla oblongata. No. All you think about is how fat is my bank account. Posterity will judge all you guys so harshly. Posterity will judge you guys so harshly. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. I'm taking you all the way to Uganda right now. Uganda. Bobby Wine wants to call it Uganda. In fact, in Africa, when we hear about Uganda, one very popular name comes into mind, and that's Idi Amin Dada. When we hear about Uganda, we share in the misery of Uganda. What Idi Amin meted out to Ugandans in the days. Today, my brother, my sister, there's another terrible ruler there called Yoweri Museveni. But today I'm not talking about Museveni. I'm talking about a man called Jacob Oulanyah. Jacob Oulanyah. Jacob Oulanyah. He was a lawyer. He was a politician and an agriculturist who came to help his country grow big. Help in quotes. He died. And he died of stage 4 cancer. Now, who was Jacob Oulanyah? Jacob Oulanyah was born on the 23rd day of March in 1965. That gives him 57 years. Young man. One of the young brains we all expected would turn Africa around. My brother, my sister, he worked as a lawyer, worked also as an agriculturist to help his country grow. Somewhere in 2011, specifically in May, hear what happened now. Jacob Oulanyah was voted as the Deputy Speaker of Parliament. I'm going to chronicle it so that you follow. May 2011, he became the Deputy Speaker of the Ugandan Parliament. Under Kagame, I beg your pardon, under Yoweri Museveni. In fact, Kaguta, that's the word I was looking for, the name. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. 2011, when he came in, almost to say, oh, now I am into politics. I have made enough money. The following year, 2012, he got married. He got married to a woman called Lady Willie. And when he got married, oh, the wedding was splendid, superfluous, flamboyant, fabulous. See what happened? The president himself was at the wedding. Hear what happened now. Now the wedding was done, 2012. And the wedding lasted only 4 years. So from 2012, they went all the way to 2016 and the marriage collapsed. They had 2 children. I'm giving you a background of this man called Jacob Oulanyah. Hear me now. Now, my brother, my sister, 2016, when it was all over, he decided to get deeper into politics. And then, in 2021, exactly 10 years after he had first been voted as the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, he became the Speaker of Parliament. 10 years exactly. Now, when he became the Speaker of Parliament, see what happened now. The Speaker of Parliament 2021. That was in May. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. All along, he knew he had cancer. OULANYA had attended all his school in Uganda. In fact, he was born in Gulu. You know Gulu. That was where recently some school had to go on a rampage because of Manchester United and some other those Uniteds. 2 football games. City and village, whatever. They clashed. And police had to be called in to shoot. Why did they clash? Because in the school, the authorities refused not to allow them to watch a football game from outside. They should go and study instead. They got mad. Police came and shot and killed some of them. Gulu, right there inside Uganda. Hear me now, brethren. Something interesting happening now. Jacob OULANYA, my brother, my sister, in 2021, became the Speaker of Parliament. And when he became the Speaker of Parliament, all of a sudden, he got ill. By November, he sat in Parliament for the last time. He became Speaker of Parliament. My brother, my sister, listen carefully. Listen carefully. In May 2021, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, exactly 6 months, he sat in Parliament for the last time. He was sick, stage 4 cancer. They carried him all the way to England, not Uganda. According to him, the Ugandan doctors said he would have to be flown outside for treatment. And when he arrived in England, what happened? There he was, going through treatment. And then they said he was okay. The news flew all over the place that he had COVID. Hey, COVID? Really? But no, he wished it was COVID. Stage 4 cancer. Then from there, they flew him all the way to America. Which part of America? Seattle in Washington, D.C. And they flew him via a chartered flight. Ugandan Airlines chartered flight UR2. UR2, that's the flight number. Flight UR2. Ugandan Airlines, and it cost the Ugandan taxpayer 1.7 billion Ugandan shillings. That's equivalent to about 460,000 American dollars. That's about $500,000 Ugandan dollars. I beg your pardon, American dollars. See, 1.7 billion Ugandan shillings, equivalent to 460,000 American dollars, and about 400,000 euros. One man used it to fly all the way to America to treat his stage 4 cancer. Unfortunately, he died. My brother, Jacob OULANYA, that's him. How many more politicians only learn how to blow the taxpayers' money after they get into power? When they are not in power, they enjoy all the local commodities. Like OULANYA went to school, all the schools he went to in Uganda. All the time that he was ill, Ugandan doctors. The moment he became a politician and in power, no, now Ugandan doctors were not good enough for him. He had to be flown to England, where he received treatment. And the second time, he had to go to Seattle in Washington via Iceland. Iceland, they had to fly from Uganda to Iceland all the way down to Seattle. And it cost the Ugandan taxpayer 1.7 billion Ugandan shillings. A country that is struggling, a country that is considered poor, a country that has a dictator. How many more presidents, how many more politicians are suffering cancers? And it looks like it's only politicians who get cancer. You come to Ghana, we are all of a sudden hearing about some cancer. Some people have stage 4, is it stage 9 cancer or is it stage 12? I don't even know. I don't pray for cancer for anybody. But when your mind is full of wickedness, you don't respect the doctors that we use our own taxpayers' money to educate and to train. All of a sudden, the doctors are not good. You have to fly to America. You have to fly to England. You have to fly to some other country like that. OULANYA, you are gone. Maybe if you had stayed in Uganda, you'd have been okay. I love you. I respect you. In the next life, I am sure that we'll be judicious with the taxpayers' money. It's because of flights like this. It's because of expenditures like this that white people don't respect us. It's because of nasty expenditures like this. Like our pot-bellied, oversized suit wearing president who can fly around the world. So, no sense. And people are dying. Left, right, and center. Now you are saying e-levy. If you don't pay, you go to IMF. Somebody comes and say 30% austerity, measures, and the people are not talking. Talk what? They will talk about what they feel, and what they feel right now is the punk of your corruption. What they feel right now is the punk of the economic failure. What they feel right now is join this economy that's suffering from epilepsy. My name, Blakk Rasta. When we return, we'll be talking more. Blessed. When you feast and toast, we will bring the fire that you require to burn your way to total liberation. It is time for the Kuchoko Roots Festival 2022, where we take the roots to the roots, where we take the Kuchoko from the ghetto to the grotto. Date is Friday, 15th April 2022. Time is 6 p.m. until you drop, and rate is only 50 Ghana cedis. It is happening live at the Alliance Française behind the Opebia House, right there at 37. Hear me now. Now playing live is the ever-powerful Blakk Rasta, your Kuchoko legend, and of course, Rex Sobar, Ghana's high life legend, and other fireblazers like Fee Rankin, Blakka T, TK, Eddie Wayori, Zendima, and of course, the evergreen Vibration Kings Band. Make a date and don't be late. You must come and witness real red hell on Easter Friday. Come, let us bury Satan with Kuchoko, 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 Bam, Kuchoko, Kuchoko.
Mr. President, why you dey lie so? Before election, you tell me you be angel. When you sick, you run go a London. When we sick, we die for Kolebo. Mr. President, why you wicked so? Tell me how.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodomo. And of course, on the 15th day of April, that's Easter Friday, what they call Good Friday, we'll be right there at the Alliance Française, and they will spit fire. Thief president, why a thief and so? Thief man, why a thief so? Mr. President, why you dey lie so? Before election, you tell me you be angel. When you sick, you run go a London. When we sick, oh, we die for Kolebo. Mr. President, why you wicked so? Tell me how you dey sleep at night too. See them a come, them coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you no say you a thief. Brand new one from Blakk Rasta. Dash it away and let's get into the economy. My brother, things are happening in this country. The next thing I want to talk about is titled Egg Face Bawumia. Egg Face Bawumia. Grammar. My brother, when we say somebody has an egg on his face, it means the person is disgraced. Shame. You walk with an egg on your face, it means disgraceful. Fine gentleman, Bawumia, from nowhere got into politics. And all of a sudden, he's becoming the lion aficionado of the party in power. Anytime they want to do their dirty work, they pull him out of the garbage and push him out with the egg on his face, running around, my brother, my sister, eating garbage and throwing out garbage to people. He's my brother, and I'm so ashamed of Bawumia. Bawumia, remember, before you became the vice president, we met. And you saw the passion with which I spoke to you. Little did I know that you were also one of the crabs in the bucket. Remember all the big grammar and the economics you spoke. Today, look at the egg on your face. What did Bawumia tell us in those days? That he worked with the Bank of Ghana, right? Listen, I worked at the Bank of Ghana, and so I know that Ghana is rich. It is because the managers of the economy are incompetent, and so all that they think of is borrowing. The MPP he voted for will harness resources in Ghana to develop Ghana. I am telling you, we can develop Ghana without borrowing. The money is there. You see? You see? You see the egg on your face. No wonder your whole head is almost looking like that egg. You see? Fine gentleman. With finesse. So much respect that all of us who come from the north believe that we are the hero at last. Fine gentleman. Speaking all the good grammar. But today, you have disgraced us, disgraced yourself, and disgraced the whole of Ghana. Listen to what you said. The money is here in Ghana. That lazy people go out there borrowing. That Ghana is rich, and that you would harness resources in Ghana. Harness resources means what? The resources are already here. All you want to do is to gather the resources and fly. Today, what is happening to the resources? You said that it's going to be a production-induced economy. A production-led economy. In other words, it's all going to be about the production of goods and services. Today, 80% of all the goods and services in Ghana, the GDP, are borrowed. China has infiltrated Ghana. We have more Chinese restaurants in Ghana than fufu bar. Right now, nobody even has respect, my brother, my sister, for Tiobodon plantain. Everybody is running for Chinese this, Chinese that, to the point that the prostitutes in Ghana have started complaining. Ghanaian men, politicians, are now going for Chinese prostitutes. How do you sleep with a woman who does not even understand your language? That is what they say to you day and night. What is this, brethren? You see that? Now, when you told us that It was going to be an economy that's going to be led with a robust production system. We all applauded you and carried you shoulder high. We attended all your conferences, applauded you, danced around you, and in fact boasted to the whole world that one of our own had finally arrived. But to make it worse, in one of the conferences, you said something, and I want to bring it back to you. Egg-faced Bawumia. Listen to what you said.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot, Kokusho.
Ghana City has obtained the dubious distinction of being the weakest performing currency in Africa at this point in time. Interestingly, the NDC Green Book claims exchange rate stability as one of their unprecedented achievements. In an open economy with market determination of prices, exchange rate movements are the most important indicator of underlying macroeconomic fundamentals. As the saying goes, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. The lesson from history for governments is that you cannot manage the economy with propaganda. In fact, you can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. The type of free fall that we are seeing with the cedi exchange rate is a vote of no confidence by market players in the management of the economy.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot, Kokusho.
Boy, Skipper George. Did you hear that? Spoke all the economics. Hey, you cannot manage the economy with propaganda. And when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate would expose you. Boy, Skipper George. You heard egg-faced Bawumia. All this while, we're rallying around him, running left, right, and center, jumping left, right, and center. Happy that things were happening. But see where I go now. See where I go now, brethren. The exchange rate has exposed egg-faced Bawumia and his pot-bellied president. The exchange rate has exposed all their nonsense. This is the Psalms according to Bawumia, and we are bringing back the same Psalms to him. Brethren, in these times, I look at this and water runs down my face. You know why? The fundamentals are weak. So the exchange rate is exposing us. And he said one other thing. All the major market players have rejected the cedi. Hallelujah. Please, I'm not a big economist like Bawumia. I give it to him. But I understand that. When all the big players of the international market reject the cedi, it means the cedi is now a toilet paper. In fact, the toilet paper even still has some use. You wipe your backside with it, right? Hey, if all the major players of the international market have rejected the cedi, why is the president still here? Why is Bawumia still here? No wonder Ghanaian traders are now looking for Chinese yuan. You all remember when we talked about Chinese yuan? Now Ghanaians are all running towards the Chinese yuan. They said they don't want the dollar anymore. All they want is the Chinese yuan. What are they going to do with Chinese yuan? Because all of them now owe allegiance to China. If it's Galamsey, you use Chinese yuan. Hey, if it is Rosewood, Chinese yuan. Chinese prostitutes, Chinese yuan. Hey, Chinese restaurant, Chinese yuan. And even when we are going to China to crack things into the country, to bring things in, Chinese yuan. Bawumia, you are still my brother, a prodigal brother. You know that I love you. If I were you, that nonsense of breaking it, you will stop that nonsense. If I were you, and I'm talking to you as a brother now, because I can't reach you. Your house there is full of beggars. People are sitting there night and day, waiting for you to come out and give them something. I'm not one of those. Your phones are all changed. Your phone lines are all changed. I can't reach you. But through this medium, I can reach you. Stop the nonsense of breaking the eight. Resign from this dirty government. And straight away, tell the whole world that you have failed and that you are going back for a new baptismal. After the baptism, which is your favorite church? I think you went to the Catholic Church recently, right? You went to the Catholic Church recently and you are supporting the cathedral, right? So go for baptism. So that from Alhaji Bawumia, right now we call you Right Reverend Emeritus Emeritus Bawumia. I hope you understand the parable with which I'm speaking. You have failed Muslims, failed Christians, failed the Bible, failed the Quran, and failed the people, because the voice of the people is the voice of God. And when you fail the people, you fail God. Dash it away, man. Let me deal with the next thing. And this other thing I'm going to deal with is very important. And I've titled it, Ghana, Nigeria, World Cup Playoff Clash. And I need you to come along with me. Now you all know that Ghana and Nigeria are going to be playing, right? We are talking about the Black Stars playing the Nigerian Super Eagles. And anytime these two countries meet, there's a bonfire. But I've observed something that I want to share with you. Hear me now. Hear me now, brethren. Hear me now. Now, the Nigerian coach that will handle the Nigerian team was called what? Gernot Rohr. Gernot Rohr. The name sounds like we are roaring. Gernot Rohr. The other day they tried to teach me how to pronounce it properly. In fact, and I had cancer of the throat. It's because I'm simply not familiar with names like this. No disrespect. Fine gentleman. I love this guy. He drove the Nigerian team. He stood firm and stopped the Nigerian authorities from trying to influence him with players. That's what kills African football. They bring their own players. Like that, the NFF, Nigerian Football Federation. Oh, my cousin plays football in Kaduna. How old is he? Oh, my cousin. Oh, my cousin. Oh, my cousin. Oh, he's as he's thinking. 22 now. Not 22. Meanwhile, the cousin is 75. They bring all people into Nigerian football. All people into Ghanaian football. People who have hernia are all in the Black Stars team. People who have scrotal hernia and cancer of the liver. People who have pulmonary disease are all inside the Ghana and the Nigerian teams. All because they turn around the coaches like puppets on a string. Gernot Rohr said, no, sir. Well, whatever he did, he left. And then they brought in my very good brethren, a Nigerian, Augustine Iguavon. A wonderful guy, Augustine Iguavon. He used to play with Abedi Pele and the rest. It was all beautiful and nice. And he came with Daniel Amokachi. You remember Daniel Amokachi? Samson Siasia. Hey, you remember those names? Amunike, Sunday Olise. All those wonderful names. I remember them just like yesterday. They decided to take over the Nigerian team. They sacked him in 2005 when they took him. Sacked him. They have sacked him 3 times. The same man. Finally, he's the one taking care of the Nigerian team. We all saw how the Nigerian team played right in the last African Cup of Nations. With finesse. But luck eluded them and they went out. He offered to resign. But he's still part of the team. Why am I talking about this? Now let us go to Ghana. Now Ghana also had who? Milovan Rajevac. Rajevac. It sounds like an Indian name. Raje. You know, they like the Raji, Paddy, Nani, Dudi, those kind of names. And he came all the way from where? He came all the way from where? Ayo. And when he came, he also did his thing. He took Ghana up. The World Cup, they did so well the first time. And then his head got swollen. He left Ghana in the middle of the ocean with so much disrespect and went away. Now Ghana was looking for another Moses. So they went for him again, not knowing he had become useless. In fact, he had even changed his career from football coach to chef. A chef in a hotel. But Ghana did not research because we're a country that does not research. We went for a hotel chef to come and coach the Black Stars because he had coached us a long time ago and we showed some signs of brilliance. Remember when Asamoah blew the ball and it went into heaven? That ball is still in the hands of Lucifer. He's holding the ball. He won't drop it. Hear me now. Rajevac came and this time round he spoiled everything and they sacked him. And who did they bring? My brother, they brought another person. This time around a Ghanaian. They call him Otuado. He played for Germany, several big teams. And then he also played for Ghana for 9 years. You know, so he has experience. He's Ghanaian, but based there. This is the guy they are bringing now. He has his assistants around him who will support him. But why am I talking football? Hear me now. The Ghanaian coach and the Nigerian coach, they are bringing players from abroad. The local products are not good enough. Even players who are playing in the 2nd division and the 3rd division in their countries. A small country like England will not even take such players to play in their national team because they are in the 2nd division, 3rd division, 4th division, 5th division. But our country, as big as Nigeria, the most populous country in the whole of Africa, is still relying on 3rd division, 4th division, 5th division, 6th division teams, clubs, and players. Ghana is also going for players like that. You know what that means? Local products are not good. Charity doesn't begin at home anymore. And that at the end of it all, the glory goes to the white man who trains or turns our goose around and sells that back to us. Somebody will understand this until he smokes in Tampi tonight. Hear me? Hey, you see the way we produce our cocoa in Ghana? It's not good enough for us to eat. They send it to Switzerland, turn it around into chocolates and bring to us. Same way our players, we produce them here. They are not good enough. We have to send them to Germany, England, for the white man to train them and let them run. Then we bring them even from 4th division and 5th division to come and play in the Black Stars, the highest in the land. You see? Slavish mentality. Slavish mentality. How do you grow from that, brethren? How do you grow? It is never good until the white man uses his hammer to reshape in it. How do you grow? How do you grow? I leave it here, brethren. My name Blakk Rasta. It's been the Black Pot. My producer keeps telling me it's time. And remember, we are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Loud Silence TV, also live on Ghana Web TV. Follow us on our YouTube, subscribe, and then click on the notification so you hear us every day, Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on the dot. And our YouTube page is Black Empire Media, and Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. That's B-L-A-K-K. Black, there's no C in it. Black Empire Media. Until then, this is the man. This is the man. This is the man with a black pot. Hey! Run it, man! Blakk Rasta is my name.
Bawumia.